parts of the First Amendment, I can only remember four of them. I can never remember the fifth one. So they're freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom to assemble, and freedom of speech. And the fifth one may be like freedom to vote or something, but I can never remember the fifth one.
5 parts of the First Amendment are the right to petition, the right to assembly, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and freedom of thought.
I remember like 4 of the first part, 5 parts of the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to assemble, and freedom of the press. Don't remember the 5th part, but I'm sure it's something I should know that I don't know.
Freedom of speech. It's one. Oh my god, I got my class right now. Right to bear arms, freedom of speech, right to gather. Guns, freedom of speech, right to gather. I don't know.
When it comes to social media, our rights become really blurred and the lines between what's appropriate and what's not appropriate is very, very indistinct. But the problem is the rights that are written in the Constitution should apply to every aspect of our lives, whether it's virtual or in real life or reality. So the things we say on the internet might affect us more than things we do in real life, but the same rights should apply there as everywhere else.
That's an interesting question. I'd say yes, I still believe they do apply to social media since that still is a part of just like normal like interactions between people, I guess. I don't really see the point of censoring something on the internet. If you're gonna censor it in like, say, normal conversations with people, it's still the same to me. So yeah.
I believe they apply to everything. You don't get to say that it applies to some things and not. Like it's a universal like law, right? And in order for things to be just, you have to have freedoms to express your ideals.
I think these rights should apply to social media, especially if you're doing it inside of like our country. But I don't think you'd be able to really break any of those on social media, so I don't think there's any trouble right now, at least.
Now, in an ideal world, there shouldn't be a difference between the rights of, say, like a 12-year-old and the rights of an adult, but it's not an ideal world and the restrictions already exist, so students are probably going to act out if they don't have the restrictions on rights that we do now. So ideally, we wouldn't if we were all perfect little angels, but we're not, so we have to have a division between the rights of an adult and the rights of a student.
No, I don't feel like there should be a difference because, again, some adults act like teenagers and some teenagers are more mature than that. They're all kind of the same, really, in my opinion. They should have the same, like, rules to follow by and whatnot.
Yes. I think as a student, you're taking on different responsibilities. So your adult rights, like, you can't, like, do them all the time, if that makes sense.
No, I think it's actually kind of like really horrible how like how the 18-year-old, only 18-year-olds or older can vote and stuff like that. You know, how like age is an arbitrary number, which we have to put a dividing line on what you can or can't do. You know, so there should be a dividing line on like student versus adult rights, and neither should it necessarily be at a certain age you are allowed to do more and more things, right? Like for some reason, the schools have like determined that once you're 15, you're automatically able to do algebra, or once you're 17, you should be able to do calculus, right? Like things like that shouldn't necessarily be the way that they are. They just are arbitrarily being put into place for that reason.